Good afternoon. This is Rich Nass, Executive Vice President with Open Systems Media, and I am here for this week's installment of 5 Minutes With. This week, I will be speaking to Scott Soong, who is the founder and CEO of Pervasive Displays. Good morning, or I believe in your case, good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Rich. Thanks for the opportunity.
My pleasure. Okay. So we have 5 minutes. Let's get right into this. Some of the folks may not be familiar with Pervasive Displays. You guys produce ultra-low power e-paper type displays. Okay, so let's start off with, most people are familiar with how this concept works. Most people know that Kindle and those types of readers. But when you say ultra-low power, let's put this into some perspective. What is ultra-low power to you?
Okay, so there's a lot of different e-paper technology out there. Our company uses a technology from e-ink, which is called electrophoresis. And these kind of displays, what it does is it has a very unique feature called bistability. And bistability, simply put, is when it's consuming energy, updates. And so when there's no updates, it consumes no energy. And so what that means is for a simple display, when you update it once and you want it to hold the same image for, say, 5 years, it consumes zero energy during that time for the 5 years. And so
what is that one-time power to display the image the first time?
Well, it's about 5 milliamps. So it's approximately 2 milliamps for about 2.3 seconds. And it just updates once, and after that, it just holds the image regardless of its environment. And so, for example, Rich, our displays are typically used in industrial environments, and we have a 2-inch display, for example, that is used in price labels in European retailers. And these displays, when it updates once, it consumes about 5 milliamps. And if you think about prices in retail environments, it changes maybe 4 to 6 times, let's say 6 times a day. And so within the day, it's actually only awake for maybe 14 seconds, updating 6 times. And then after that, it basically sleeps for most of the time. And so very, very low energy consumed as compared to, for example, if you're using a TFT LCD display where it's got a backlight, and so if you want to show something for 24 hours straight, it's really consumes a lot of energy.
Okay, now you mentioned e-ink, and as far as I know, there are other folks who are using those same components. So A, is that actually the case, and B, how do you differentiate yourself?
Okay, that's a great question. So basically, if you look from far away, it looks pretty much the same. We both use, like a Kindle display, we use e-ink technology, and we use a TFT backplane. But beyond that, it's actually quite different. And the analogy I like to use to explain the concept is, for example, carbon fiber for cars. So it's a better technology than, say, iron ore in a car. But when you use carbon fiber, you can use that raw material to make, for example, a luxury automobile, or you can use that raw material to build the most energy efficient bicycle in the world. And so we've taken the latter route and really focused on, what can you do to save energy with this new material? Because e-paper is better than paper. And so, for example, in a reader, which is a consumer device, it tends to churn and change every 6 months. It's optimized for whiteness and switching quickly, so people can read very comfortable, can flip pages very fast. It also displays information, black and white information, in 4 bits, which is 16 grayscale. So it's very comfortable to the eye, and that's all great. But for industrial use, most people use our displays to make decisions. So may it be a machine, a scanner scanning a barcode or a QR code, or a shopper looking at the prices and just deciding, hey, I want to buy something based on that pricing. And so what's important to us is buy stability and energy efficiency, because most of our applications tend to be battery-driven, CR2032, very small batteries. And, we're industrial, so we can offer our products for a very extended period of time. And then beyond that, unlike a Kindle, where it's one application, very defined, and, there's big companies working on it that have a single purpose, they tend to focus on single purpose electronics, so SoC could be put together. Whereas for us, our purpose is really to designing these kind of displays everywhere, right? That's the name, Pervasive Displays. And so we have to support a lot of different electronics, work with different MCU companies to optimize the design and help them through the designing process. So it's quite different from, the material to how we design the design intent and also how we support it over time. Does that answer your question?
So, yes, it definitely does. So what would you actually supply to a designer? Is it a development kit to get started that has the display and a battery, or what is the starting point for someone who wants to get involved with this technology?
Sure. So that's a big part of our company. It's really about making it easy and available. And so we offer a variety of different displays of different sizes, and then kits that are compatible, design kits that are compatible to the different MCUs, from TI to NXP to you name it, and also especially the user community, so the maker community. So we support Arduino and support Raspberry Pi through various communities. So it's a big family that tends to work on these kind of projects.
You just piqued my curiosity with that last part about the maker community. Why would you want to get involved with somebody who may want to build one or just may not have something that'll end up in a high volume production mode?
Well, the answer is we don't know. I think brilliance comes from many places. And our job is not to determine who wins or loses, but really to offer this great material that we find fascinating and very helpful to the world, and allow as many people as possible to use this raw material to make whatever they're looking to do. For us, it's every time we get an opportunity to engage with a maker, I think it's an opportunity for us to further our cause, which is kind of getting e-paper everywhere.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm afraid we have used up our 5 minutes, Scott. I'm sure people can figure out how to get more information if they want to learn more about the technology. That was Scott Soong. He is the founder and CEO of Pervasive Displays, and I am Rich Nass with Open Systems Media, and that was this week's 5 Minutes With.